got to credit Indiana. They really, they're explosive in transition. We had a span there, and our defensive transition was not good. Had a lot to do with their speed and quickness and their ability to shoot it at 4 different positions. So that run that they made turned out to be insurmountable, and we feel bad about it. And we'll watch some video and see what we can do to score some baskets. So we're not in defensive transition. Get better in that area, execute better, and then when you don't make a basket, get back and guard somebody. But they're a good team. There's a reason why they're at the top of the league, and they get really good players. And Yogi Ferrell is really an exceptional point guard and leader.
We start with Steve, Coach.
John, can you ever remember a game that you were in where you were up by 11 and then down by 21 in the same half? And then also, what did you tell the guys that
They're probably somewhere along the line it's probably happened. No, I've tried to settle people down, really. I mean, they were in a state of shock. And so it was not the time for me to get into them. It was a time for they needed confidence, they needed to have know that I believed in them, and they were going to get better through it.
But then what I meant was after the game, what did you?
Same thing. If there's things in this game that help us win games down the line, then then it'll be worth it in the long run. So tough game, but like I said, they were a much better team than us today.
Brandon.
John, Zach was crediting some of the wheels kind of coming off there to a lack of some mental toughness. What would be kind of your response to that?
I'll wait and I'll watch the video. That people always throw that out there, the mental toughness. You want to blame people. Everybody, coaches want to blame players. I'll watch the video and I'll find out, what was going on. Sometimes the other team is just damn better than you on that night, and I'm not the coach going to point fingers at my players. We got to get better. We'll find a way.
Right in the middle with Adam.
John Duncan had mentioned that Indiana was just a tougher team tonight. He said that tonight was not indicative of who you guys are. Is there an issue with identity? Are you guys comfortable, have a strong grip on identity?
They're a better team. Look at their record. They're a really good basketball team, and they were better than us tonight. That's what it is. We got a lot of things we got to fix, but they were better than us tonight. So it's not identity. It's not any of that stuff. It's just when your team goes and misses 5 foul shots to start the game, something's up. Coach practiced them too hard. We just had 3 games in 7 days. Could be all kinds of things. You just have those type of nights, and with us, it's hard. We are not deep, and we are still very, very young. We don't have a senior out on the court, and when we have adversity, it's not the easiest thing to spin around.
Right, start with Tony.
John, when you were going through the run there at the end of the first half, obviously Duncan did pick up the second foul, but was there a thought of getting him back out there, just trying to stop the bleeding?
Yeah, that we're trying to, as a look at that, that's about the time that it all started, when he went out of there. It takes a little bit out of our continuity. No, not really. I mean, at that point, it would have been late. I used the 2 timeouts. I think probably if I do it over again, use the 3rd timeout, which I don't think I've ever done in the history of coaching. So I don't think Duncan would have made a difference in that. Obviously, we were a better team with him in the lineup than we were without.
And both Zach and Duncan made reference to a panic there at the end of the first half. Given that you guys are battle-tested in the adversity they went through last year, does that surprise you that there still is a little bit of that?
No, they're 18, to 19 to 20-year-old kids, and they're going to make mistakes like that. I'm not a softie here. I'm not throwing guys under the bus, and I'm not telling them that they panicked. I just say Indiana was really good tonight, and we were really bad.
On your right, Coach.
That 25-0 run there at the end of the first half.
Where are we? Okay.
What did you see out of what was Indiana doing well during that run?
It's a flow sport, right? So sometimes you don't get a chance to huddle up all the time. So we had some open shots. We missed them. They're tremendous in transition. I mean, and like I said, Yogi Ferrell is as good a point guard as there is because he can shoot off the bounce. He finds people. He's playing team ball, and they got shooters everywhere. So we kept getting the ball on the 0-yard line, and they kept getting it on the 35. And that was all that was happening the whole time. And we had some opportunities to make baskets. Hell, we could make a foul shot. And as a result, all of a sudden the flow was going our way, and we couldn't stop it. Couldn't stop it. It's just a great run by them. And, you know, they got some, they didn't make a lot of threes. They made 4 or 5 out of, during that run, that we tried to match up. Tough to match up and match out at full speed when Yogi's running a 4-second sprint down the court. We tried to practice as much as we could yesterday, but we were still pretty tired from Saturday. How much can you practice? So,
Right down in front with Chris.
yeah.
You probably knew it was going to be hard to stay in front of them. Did you anticipate that much of a problem?
Yeah, yeah. Troy Williams is incredible at back cutting too. No, they're really good at what they do, and that's, you know, I'm not gonna, you have any excuse, they're really good at what they do, and we couldn't stay in front of them.
Brandon?
And few people have, they're averaging 80 damn points a game, few people have. Well, teams with better teams than us probably have done better.
When it comes to, you know, avoiding residual effect from this, both mentally and on the court, what if anything, can be taken to?
Yeah, I think right now,
Improve on
they need
Saturday.
to stay out of the gym tomorrow, and they need to rest, right? Because we're gonna go back into this again. And so we got a great team coming in here, a team every bit as good as Indiana's coming in here. And we gotta just sort of come back where we rested, we're well rested, we look at it, we educate ourselves, what's happened, and then try not to make those mistakes in our next game.
Do you think a lack of depth caught up with you a little bit?
I think it could catch up in the season one. Yeah, we didn't have many answers there, did we? And so that is something that we've been trying to establish, but we haven't been able to go much more than 7 deep. And Duncan's foul trouble and some other things were part of it.
We're going to take a couple more, we'll go with Sam.
Coach, did it seem like IU's wings were overplaying you defensively and trying to make you guys beat them one-on-one?
Well, in the second half, they took away some of our options, and nobody has done that, and we were good at that today. But yeah, no, the way we scored, our plan going at the start of the game was exactly what we had planned on. And all of a sudden, we missed a couple shots and got a shot blocked, and the plan, all of a sudden, we lost an awful lot of confidence in the original. So, once again, they credit them. They're not as known for their defense as some of the teams in the league. They played really great defense on us today. And so that's a sign that their defense is improving every single day. We got a couple teams in this league that are as best in the country. So that's what we're seeing every day. When I say they're not as good as some of those other teams, it's because we got, you know, the people like Purdue that are in Michigan State that are just like incredible defensively. So they're good, right? But they were great tonight.
We'll take one final one from Lev.
Coach, all the way on your right. The balls move so well, and you played so well even without Karras. But is there something about tonight that adds to that sense of urgency to get him back and have that scene you talked about?
Yeah, I mean, we'd love to have him back. But there's there's urgency to get him back. But that's up to his health, and that's up to God's will. There's a lot of things involved there. So we can't say let's hurry up and get him back. You know, his healing process has to hurry up and get him back.
All right, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.